But George Bush was not a peaceful guy. I'll never forget George McGovern saying to me, and George McGovern having been a bomber pilot in World War II, saying, Bush didn't get enough.
What's up, everyone? Sorry, let me turn that off. Turn this fan down. There's something I just wanted to say that can't wait till the show. I've been seeing a lot of these memes and posts, and for years there have been songs where black people are talking about broke niggas. Black women in particular are talking about broke niggas, and black men are talking about broke bitches, and I don't want no scrubs, and I love her because she got her own, and things of that nature. And there's relatively an article that's been going around saying that black women aren't obligated to be with black men. And all of that in terms of black men and black women mocking each other for lack of resources, being under-resourced, lacking jobs, or failing to accumulate wealth, a man failing to secure his own property and having to live with relatives, his mother's couch, and so on and so forth. All of that rhetoric between all black people, between the black broke niggas that are mad and haters, scrubs, the broke bitches on the welfare, the ballers, dudes, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncés, no matter where you fall on the socio-economic strata, all black people who adhere to that rhetoric, share that rhetoric, who propagate those values are slaves. That is slave rhetoric and a slave mentality that is a byproduct of the plantation. Because during the plantation, for a few reasons. One of the reasons is, up until our enslavement, we had very strict rituals for pair bondings, very elaborate rituals. Not that I say I even agree with the rituals. And there were things called bride prices, and there were often relationships would come together, and there would be whole councils or family elders determining how we get together or who should marry who, prearranged marriage, polygamous marriage. We had very wide-ranging and complex traditions and standards and protocols for a relationship. And that was blown up when we were brought into slavery. And when that was blown up and we were brought into slavery, there were new standards for black, both intimacy and reproduction and marriage. In order to gain comfort and intimacy, it became a strict commodity or something that you had to earn. You earned comfort, relaxation, intimacy through hard labor, and secondarily through the accumulation of material things. And that was it. There was no more tradition, no more tribal codes, no more elders, no more even African rituals and standards. It became a strictly commodity. It became almost an economic preposition. Black men on the plantation, you work hard, you might get a little extra, you pass your cotton quota, you do some additional work for the master that wasn't required of you, and he'd give you a winch. He'd let you have 2 winches. Or if you were a black woman and you carried the master's favor, and he took sexual favor with you, and he'd bring you into the house, he'd give you a nicer dress, he'd give you more access to hygiene products. So intimacy for black men and black women under slavery became an economic deal, according to how hard you work and what you could earn or what you can gain from that work. And often the work was dehumanizing. It was pointless, dehumanizing work, but it didn't matter as long as you got it done. And I know today we think because we're earning wages, we are no longer slaves, right? But Dr. Bobby Wright says, hold on. Dr. Bobby E. Wright stated that slavery was the state where all of your resources for life, all of the systems, institutions, and resources required for your life are controlled by another group. So African people are in a form of wage slavery. And we have the same, and so when we apply economic standards for our loving relationships, for our sexual relationships, for our reproduction, when we apply economic standards, but we have absolutely no control over the economy, then the white man handpicks who will be the next Jay-Z. The white man handpicks what school you're allowed to go to, and handpicks the wage. The white man prints the money and puts the faces of your slave masters on there. So I'm not saying if you want the material things in life, that's on you. But I'm telling y'all, this whole broke nigga, broke bitches, get your money up stuff, that is plantation behavior. Now, I personally think, and for myself, and I'm very glad that I did this, I had an ideological standards and prerequisites for my intimate relationships. I needed to be intimate with people who were both intellectually aligned with me and that had the same ideological outlook so that we could pursue the same goals for liberation and justice. And if you didn't have money, then we share my money. If I don't have money, I share your money. If we got one car, it's our car, our house. And if we are lacking, we plan and work together to get the material things we lack, but we don't make that the standard, the foundation for our relationship. That's all I want to say. Everybody, I don't care if it's Beyonce making songs about how she's independent or if it's some broke nigga that ain't sleeping on his mama couch asking a black woman what she brings to the table. All that broke nigga, broke bitch shit is fucking slave mentality, menticidal behavior, and we should call it out when we see it. This is Bro Diallo. I gotta go and respond to these calls I'm getting. So y'all have a good evening, and I'll see y'all Bro Diallo show tomorrow morning. No, Friday morning. Peace.